Namaste students. Let's start with the next topic of linear inequalities. As I told in my previous video that we would be doing some questions related to the modulus. Alright, where the linear inequality involves modulus. So now, the rule 1, the result 1, if A is a positive real number, then if modulus of x is less than A, then x lies between minus A to A. And if modulus of x is less than equals to A, x lies between it's greater than equals to minus A and less than equals to. Both are same. One is a strict inequality, one is a slack inequality. Let's prove it. You remember we have done this modulus function in chapter 2, relations and functions. Alright. So what is the definition of a modulus of function? It gives us a positive answer. It is x if x is greater than equals to 0. And minus x if x is less than 0. Modulus of x is x if x is greater than equals to 0. That means all the numbers greater than and equals to 0, all the number greater than equals to 0, it opens with positive x, and all the numbers less than 0, it opens with minus x. So let's solve it. Now case 1, if I say x is greater than equals to 0, alright. Right now what do I have? Inequality is this. When I say x is greater than equals to 0, this bracket, this modulus will open with the positive x. That means x less than a. That's it. Again see what we are doing. X is greater than equals to 0. जब ये वाला केस होगा तो modulus of x की bracket किस चीज से remove होगी? X सिर्फ क्या आ जाएगा? X. So I got it. X is less than a. That means x is greater than equals to 0 and less than a. इस केस में आया क्योंकि x greater than equals to 0 था ही, हमने दोनों को combine कर दिया and, और you can do in the next step also. यहाँ से क्या आया? x less than a. अब x is greater than equals to 0 and x is less than a. That means x is greater than equals to 0 and less than a. This is my case 1. ठीक है? अब next करते हैं. Case 2. When x is less than 0. What happens? When x is less than 0, the question is given to be x, modulus of x is less than a. Alright. When x is less than 0, this bracket is opened with a negative sign. So I'll open this bracket with. Alright. Multiplying both sides by minus. What happens when I multiply both sides by minus? The inequality, the sign of inequality is reversed. So it will be clear? अब इन दोनों को कंबाइन करो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. क्या हो जाएगा? x is greater than minus a and x is less than 0. Alright, fine. Now from 1 and 2, what will happen? X is greater than equals to 0. Less than a, greater than equals to 0, less than a, and here x is greater than minus a, less than 0. That means x will be from 1 and 2, the x will be lying between minus a and a, minus a and a. Is it clear? That means in MCQs directly you can solve such kind of question. If I have to solve modulus of x less than 3 or equals to also can come because both are the same cases, my direct answer is going to be x is greater than minus 3 and less than 3. X is greater than minus 3 and less than 3. Understood, children? But when it question comes to solve, you have to consider all the cases. Otherwise, right now I say if modulus of x is less than 3, my answer would be between minus 3 and 3. Is it clear? Alright. Now let's see the same thing here. Here both the cases were less than a or less than equals to a. Now if it is greater than a and greater than equals to a, what happens? Same thing I am going to do both the cases. Definition of function, this modulus of x remains same. So I am going to consider the case 1. X is greater than a. Clear? When x is greater than equals to 0, this bracket is opened with the positive sign. That means x is greater than a. X is greater than a. Clear? Alright. Now x is greater than a and x is greater than equals to 0. So x is greater than equals to 0 and x is greater than a. It means, what is that? Alright, it means, it implies that x is greater than a. X is greater than a. Because a is a positive real number. Alright, x is greater than equals to 0, x is greater than a. That means what we have got? X is greater than a. Now case 2. When x is less than 0, let's see, this bracket will open with what? This modulus will open with the, if x is less than 0, it becomes minus x. So I have multiplying both sides by, so inequality, the sign of inequality reversed. What is given to me? X is less than 0 and x is less than minus a. So what does it imply? It implies x is less than minus a. Alright, this is my case 1, this is my case 2, from 1 and 2. x a से बड़ा है और x minus a से छोटा है. What is, अब कुछ common तो बीच में नहीं है ना? Is it clear? So what does it mean? X is less than minus a. Alright, or x is greater than a. X is less than minus a, or we say x is, so this is just do a correction here because and is not possible. It's not possible that it is minus a से छोटा भी हो जाए एक number और a से बड़ा भी हो जाए. That's not possible. That by mistake I wrote. So x would be less than minus a, or x would be greater than a. Is it clear? That means if I get a question like this, solve modulus of x greater than 3, so it will be x would be less than minus 3 or x would be greater than 3. Understood? In MCQs directly we can apply these rules. If modulus of x is less than or equals to a, then x lies between minus a to a. If modulus of x is greater than a or greater than equals to a, then x would be either less than equals to minus a or greater than equals to a. Understood? Is it clear to everyone? Alright. The third result, let's pick up the next rule. If r be a positive real number and a be a fixed real number, then if x minus a is less than r, then x will lie between a minus r, a plus r. Nothing to cram. Children, these rules will be very handy in MCQs. So directly you can write the answers I told you earlier also. Otherwise it comes normally with the previous rule only. Now what do I have? I say x minus a is less than r. What was my first rule? If modulus of x is less than some number, so then it lies between minus to plus of that number, minus a to a. So similarly, now this is modulus of something. So that means it should lie between minus r to r. It should lie between minus r to r. Now I need to solve for x. So adding a on both the sides. So what did I get? I got this. Clear? Had it been equal, I would have got the second one. Clear? So nothing new. Nothing new. You don't have to cram it. You can just derive it also. There's no problem at all. And similarly, if I talk about the third and the fourth rules, this one, what was the rule? What did we do the second rule? If modulus of x is greater than a, then x is what? X is less than minus a or x is greater than a. Minus of a से छोटा, that means minus a से इस तरफ और a से इस तरफ it is going. Is it clear? So same way I can solve this also. That means it would be x minus a would be less than minus r, or x minus a would be greater than r. According to the rule, x minus a से छोटा होना चाहिए और a से बड़ा, तो minus r से छोटा और r से बड़ा. Is it clear? Adding a on both the sides. Adding a on both the sides. So where did I reach? X is less than a minus r, or x is greater than a plus r. Had it been equals to also, would have reached to the fourth one. Is it clear to everyone? So see, it's not difficult at all. Only thing is that read the rules properly, derive it. If once you have drawn the rules, once you have seen how the derivation has come, then you don't have to cram it. If 1% you forget it also, solve it and you will come to the conclusion. Is it clear? Now we'll pick up the questions related to modulus. Let's pick up the examples. The first is solve modulus of x less than 5. Alright, I know it directly. Which form is it? This is the first result. If modulus of x is less than a, I know the direct answer. What would be my answer? My answer would be x is between minus 5 to 5. I know the answer in advance. But when it comes to solve, you won't be writing in the direct answers. Alright, that will work only in MCQs. Now, let's solve it. So I know that case 1, when x is greater than equals to 0, so this bracket will be open with the positive 1. That means x is greater than equals to 0 and x is less than 5. So I can write it as x greater than equals to 0 and less than 5. Clear? Case 2, when x is less than 0. I hope you remember this. Now this is by definition. You remember the definition, no? This opens with the positive if x is greater than equals to 0, negative x is less than 0. Alright? Now x is less than 0. So that means this modulus of x will give me minus x. Multiplying both sides by minus 1. When you multiply by negative number, so what happens? The sign of inequality changes. It is reversed. So now I have x is less than 0 and x is greater than minus 5. So I can combine this case as x is greater than minus 5 and less than 0. 1, this is 2, from 1 and 2. Alright, from 1 and 2, I need to combine these two cases. Alright, so it will be minus 5 to 5. Alright, see, if you find a difficulty, you can always take a help of number line, which is the easiest way of doing it. If first the first one, I have minus 5, दोनों को इकट्ठा plot करते हैं, 0 and 5, ठीक है? First I will plot this 0 and 5 के बीच में. That means this is clear up to here. Second one I'll plot on the same. Minus 5 to 0. Minus 5 is also not included, 0 is not included, so this is my number line. So common solution क्या, which is means this case and this case is or ना, या ये. Or means union of both. Union of both में क्या आएगा? What will coming in union of both? That means x belongs to minus 5 to 5. This or this, minus 5 to 5. Is it clear? So you don't have to cram something. Number line is the easiest way to take help of. Similarly, let's solve this. I know the direct answer. What would be my answer? Which case? This is the second result. If modulus of x is greater than a, that means my answer would be either less than minus a or it will be greater than a. That means my answer is going to be less than minus 5 or x is greater than 5. That's my answer. I know the answer directly, but I need to solve it. Same way, case 1. If x is greater than equals to 0, this bracket would be open with positive only. Now I have x is greater than equals to 0 and x is greater than 5. So what is combination? Which Again number line. Any confusion? Number line. 0 and this is 5. 0 से बड़ा इधर की तरफ 5 greater. What is the common? This is the common area. That means x is greater than 5. 5 is not included, so 5 पे equals to का sign नहीं आएगा. X is greater than 5. Understood? Case 2. X is less than 0. When x is less than 0, this modulus will be opened with the negative 1. Multiplying both sides by minus sign. Now I have x is less than 0 and x is less than minus 5. Karo number line pe, if any problem. This is minus 5, this is 0. Clear? X less than 0. X less than minus 5. क्या कॉमन आया? So from 1 and 2, x is less than minus 5 or x is greater than 5. Is it clear to everyone? Children, is it clear? So whenever you have a modulus of x, you have to consider both the cases. One is x greater than equals to 0 and one is x less than 0, and then in the same way you are going to solve it. Very easy, just little practice is required. Let's pick up the next example. Modulus of 3x minus 2 less than equals to 1 by 2. So you can do it directly by rule 3. But that is, I told you, directly you can apply when you have 1 mark questions. But when it comes to solve, you have to solve it with the proper rules, with the proper steps. Alright, so what am I doing for? I'm just putting, let this 3x minus 2 equals to y. छोटा बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं. Directly also we can do it. 3x minus 2 is equals to y. So what is it? Now the question has become, alright, now by the rule, now we know that if modulus of x is less than equals to a, x would be greater than minus a less than equals to a. So this we have to solve. See, when this is a part of a question, directly you can apply the rule. Fine, you don't have to show those case 1, case 2. Case 1, case 2 you will show when specifically this type of a question comes. But when this question is a part of some bigger question, you directly apply the rule, there is no problem. Alright, so this would be clear? Put the value of y. What is y? Now simple linear inequality, I will be solving it. कैसे करना है? ये -2 हटाना है यहाँ से. Add 2 on both the sides. So it will become 3 by 2 alright. Now I need to remove this 3. So divide each side by 3. And when I divide by a positive number, the inequality does not change. So divide each side by 3. So it will become 1 by 2. That means my answer is x is greater than equals to 1 by 2 and less than equals to 5 by 2. This is the way we will be solving such kind of questions. Let's see the next example. Solve modulus of x minus 2 greater than equals to 1 and less than equals to 3. Alright. So now I can pick up as 2 inequalities also, because earlier also we have done such kind of questions but without modulus. Alright, now since there is a modulus, so I will take it as 2 inequalities. One I am taking it this, and I am solving one as. Now 2 separate rules. It can be x minus, what is this, which rule? X minus r greater than equals to 1. Third result we can use. Alright, or directly you can solve it by the second result also. which rule I can apply? So I know that x would be less than equals to minus a, or x would be greater than equals to a. So I'll apply that rule. X minus 2 would be less than equals to, or x minus 2 would be greater than equals to 1. I told you the third result need not to apply. You can do it by first and second only. Directly the answer would come. So adding 2 on both the sides. Adding 2 on both the sides. Clear? So here I have on the number line it's or. It means x belongs to less than equals to 1. If I say less than equals to 1, that means 1 is included up to here, infinity. That means, listen, alright, and suppose 3 is here. X is greater than equals to 3. That means here. And in this case, this is x is from 3 to infinity. Alright, clear? It's or, so that means I have a union of minus infinity to 1, union 3 to infinity. Then I have this. This and this, because this is a combination. It is a combined inequality. That means they are asking me the common solution of this. I have to find a common solution of these two. So first of all, I am going to solve that part. Now which rule I can apply here? It will be between this. So x minus 2 greater than equals to minus 3 and less than equals to 3. Alright, clear? So adding 2 on both the sides. So minus 1 to 5. That means x belongs to minus 1 is also included and 5 is also included. Now I have to find out a common solution. Common means intersection. That means now from 1 and from 2, because I have to find out a common solution, because inequality was a combined one, from 1 and 2, I need x belongs to minus infinity to 1, union 3 to infinity, intersection with minus 1 to 5. Minus 1 to 5. That is what I need. This is my answer, but I can't leave the answer of this point. I need a particular answer. Is it clear? But इसका मतलब क्या है? So always I told you, on your rescue is a number line. Number line पे सब कुछ draw करो, अपने आप answer मिलेगा. Let's draw. कितने breaking points है? minus 1 है, 1 है. Say this is 3. Say this is 5. Clear? अब सभी इंटरवल्स को we will draw it on the number line and we'll see जो common है वो हम लोगों ने pick करना है. Minus infinity to 1. 1 is included minus infinity की तरफ. Clear? 3 to infinity. 3 is included. अब इसका मुझे किसके साथ कॉमन चाहिए? इन दोनों का तो यूनियन है. I need an intersection with minus 1 to 5. Intersection with minus 1 to 5. Minus 1 is included. 2, 5. So where are these two areas meeting? Where is the common one? This is common and this is common. They are disjoint. Fine. So this is my solution set and that is my solution set. So 2 are there. So I'll write it as x belongs to minus 1 to 1 because minus 1 is also included. 1 is also included. This gap is there. Union with what? 3 to 5. Because the common, I need the common solution of this set and this set. Is it clear? This set is represented by this, and this one minus 1 to 5 is represented by this. तो इनका common area एक तो ये है और एक ये है. तो इन दोनों sets का it would be union. Is it clear to everyone? Just be careful, solve the rules. Result 1, 2, 3 you can apply any and solve. You will come to the answer.